Hey, today I'm going to showcase a few modify/hacked weapons, including one that's going to be removed next update. Also, if you have epilepsy, there is one weapon within this video that can become pretty bright when it is shot, so fair warning there. And finally, all the weapons that were tested within the video was in a private game, so nobody was affected at all. And to start off number 10, we are going to be talking about a weapon that is going to be available sooner or later when the alien update arrives, and this is the 2-shot animatronic alien blaster. The weapons that you will see in the video will either be modified/hacked weapons or something that was only available from the developer room. The reason why I brought up the alien update is because when that does arrive a year or two from now, or whenever they decide to release it, this will be one of those weapons we will be able to acquire. Now, there's only one alien blaster that you actually can acquire, and that is from an ally. Number 9, we have a bloodied scattered minigun, which is absolutely chaotic. I mean, it does not look like it's supposed to be on a gun, which it is not. And when you fire this sucker down, it's pretty cool because you're able to see the beam splitter do its work, which is quite spectacular the way it shoots out. Hopefully in the future with Bethesda that they make this a possibility for modified servers so that we can modify our own weapons, and I think that would be a cool idea just for the future. At number 8, we have an alien probe. Well, at least that's what I called it. So this weapon is absolutely a Frankenstein type of weapon. It's an alien blaster with a recon scope, and then if you take a look at the barrel here, you're going to see some attachments from a laser rifle. And this weapon is supposed to be a bloodied weapon, so when the health decreases, obviously the damage will increase. But without that necessarily there, I'm able to do some pretty good dang damage. Now, pretty good dang damage is an odd way of explaining it, but it definitely is some pretty good dang damage. And as I was mentioning earlier about the modified servers, this is what it should be like. And I hope that Bethesda does take the initiative approach to make this a possibility for when that update arrives whenever. Because if we're able to modify our weapons to make it look exactly like this, a Frankenstein weapon, I think a lot of you would have a blast with it. Yes, that was almost a mouthful there, but this one right here is a developer weapon that is going to be removed here soon when the update does arrive. This has explosive bullets, it gains a chance to knock back the target, and you will have a 20% more damage. Sadly, this one is going to be cut from what I was told. Exactly like it says cut. But yeah, this is going to be gone, so I thought, hey, why not showcase this one within the video? It's not that powerful, but what is kind of cool is the fact that some of these weapons will ragdoll the character, but this one right here had actually no clip through the wall. I don't know exactly what happened, but man, that Scorch knows how to pull out all the hacks right there. Number 6, we have a bloodied alien blaster. This weapon is going to be available here in the future whenever you're able to acquire different roles for your actual alien blaster. But yeah, this one is not available as of right now, but this thing does some superior damage. Damage increases as health decreases since it is bloodied. It has a 25% fire rate, and then we're going to have the 90% reduced weight. This weapon was quite fun to mess with. The ability to one-shot every enemy and just kind of get a feel exactly what it's going to be like when the alien arrives, or when the alien update arrives, I should say. Just being able to acquire this gun right here would be amazing. A bloodied version of the alien blaster, and it does some crazy damage, and I can't imagine what it would do if I was lower down on health and had a bloodied build. Overall, beautiful gun, and hopefully here in the future I'll be able to acquire one just like this. Now at number 5, this weapon coming up is going to pretty much be a shocker for some of you, and this one I call the T-Dog, which is absolutely not the original name. It is the Todd Howard dog of doggy dogs, because this one right here is about to smoke up everybody down below. So I'm going to shoot off this weapon, and it shoots off a ton of mini nukes, which is just destructive. And again, hopefully you paid attention to the epilepsy warning there in the beginning, because this is what I was talking about. I would not doubt it that if I were to spam this weapon down that it would server disconnect, because there was a rumor in the past where if you had a specific Batman and you were to spam it a bunch of times with the ammo glitch, it would DC. Number 4, we have a quad 50 cal machine gun, which that does not seem odd at all. Now, what exactly is changed about this? Well, it is the fact that the targets bleed for 25 damage over 5 seconds. That let alone is a great effect to have on a weapon. I'm honestly surprised that this is not available for all weapons in general. I honestly would like to see this on a fixer or possibly a handmade. The reason for this is because those weapons are pretty dang powerful if you have a good build, and I can't imagine the effect of a burning or a poisonous damage on that would just be tremendous. The fun part about this weapon is it sort of takes me back to Division 2 with their whole bleed damage. A weapon with bleed damage is pretty dang cool, and I would like to see more of these type of weapons in the future. Number 3, we have a 50 cal, just like the one previously, except for the bleed damage, we have the burn damage effect. Now, since this weapon does burn damage, I would love to see a weapon in the future from Bethesda that will allow us to do the freeze effect that other enemies are allowed to do to us during daily ops. I think it would be spectacular if they actually used a lightning version or an arc version for these guns so that you're able to shoot out some electricity with your bullets. Sure, we have the Tesla rifle, but I would love to see weapons like the 50 cal, a handmade rifle, a fixer, a pistol, probably. Just something with the elemental status effect damage would just be crazy. I would love to see all those type of damages, and who knows, maybe it will be a possibility in the future. Number 2, we have a 2-shot suppressed automatic handmade rifle. This weapon will poison a target 50 damage over 10 seconds. So every 10 seconds, it will perform 50 damage. As for the weapon itself, there's nothing that stands out. No beam splitters, no odd weapons that have been transferred over from a minigun to this. It is just a basic gun with the poisonous damage. Now, as I'm using this weapon, I did not use a commando build at all. I just decided to go for it and showcase what exactly this weapon can do, and that is, of course, the poison damage. I normally rock commando builds, but for this, I don't know what had happened. I just completely took it off. Probably because I was experimenting with the cut weapon that I showcased there a few seconds ago. That's probably why. Regardless, the 50 damage the poisonous cause is just a great touch-up for when you're trying to finish off an enemy. Let's say you run out of bullets within the gun, and you can just let that poison do the rest of the work. Finally, at number 1, we have a 50 cal modified version with a beam splitter at the end. This weapon itself should be named the Eraser, maybe a hot butter knife, some sort of name like that, because this thing will literally erase anything off of the map, including a Mothman, and as well as a legendary 3-star Deathclaw that I'm going to be showing you within these clips. So without further ado, let's show this Mothman exactly what a modified weapon looks like. I'm going to tap it once, I'm going to tap it twice, bam, just like that. I tapped the Mothman twice, and now we're ready to make some Mothman babies. Oh yeah, so let's just ignore that part of the video and continue on with the next clip where I take out a legendary Deathclaw. Now that we're at the Deathclaw location, let's wait for this sucker to come on out. Ah, there is that absolute unit there, so let's take that Deathclaw out, and just like that, that Deathclaw is wiped right off the map. Now again, none of these weapons were used within a public lobby, all was done in a private, and I had a blast doing this. A lot of you were curious on when I was going to make another modded weapon video, and hopefully this has intrigued you to some extent. Speaking of extent, I know that this video is 8 minutes, and I know that's usually not what I do, but this one right here had to be done. A lot of you were wanting to see it, so there's that. Have a great day, take care of yourselves, live well, happy glitching, and see you on the next one.